libraries, museums,
Yep.
the part of the National Highway Transportation Safety Board that oversees the self-driving cars at Elon Musk's Tesla.
Who needs those things? Nah. Museums, libraries, boo. National parks, boo. HIV research, boo. Just an advisory agency. Don't worry about it. They would never lie. Maddow, you're freaking out. You're freaking out over nothing.
He believes DOGE staffers took steps to make sure that whatever they did while they were inside the systems of the agency was not logged.
Uh-oh. It's like, okay, just search the database for all .txts, okay? And then just download that to this flash drive. Okay, thank you.
There was an interface exposed to the public internet, potentially.
It was exposed to the public? No, dude. They wouldn't even pull it to a flash drive.
Quote, I noticed increased logins blocked by our access policy due to those logins being out of the country. An IP address in Russia started trying.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. I've run out of ways to pretend like this isn't what it looks like. The Elon Musk collaborating and doing treason with Russia situation is crazy. If it's intentional or unintentional, at this point, doesn't matter. Like, if it's unintentional, it's pure incompetence, infinite jail. If it's intentional, evil and treasonous, and infinite jail. There is no other way.
As that process of requesting help from CISA was underway, Mr. Berulis got a personal threat. Berulis and his colleagues prepared a request for CISA's help investigating the breach. Berulis found a printed letter in an envelope taped to his door, which is...
What the fuck? If the country survives this shit and Democrats take power again, I don't know how to describe it. There needs to be a reckoning. NLRB whistleblower implies DOGE is committing treason. Very funny. Okay, let's start with that.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. So, the
Hello.
hits never stop coming. It's in just a second. We have an NLRB whistleblower who basically implies that DOGE is committing treason. Now, that's worst case scenario. There's another potential scenario where one of the DOGE hackers has been hacked by a hostile foreign country. But wait until I walk you through all this.
Very
this
funny.
is a colossal scandal. So we're going to lead with that in just a second.
That would be the funniest shit in the world.
Thanks again for all your support, guys. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So let's start with this. NPR had a huge story that they released about how somebody who works at the NLRB, which, remember, basically what the NLRB is, they are like the labor police in this country. So if you have a dispute with your boss and you're an employee, you go to the NLRB. If you're trying to unionize,
I know the
to
NLRB.
make it so that you and your fellow workers get better pay, better benefits, etc., you go to the NLRB.
I'm aware.
Well, of course, DOGE absolutely dismantled the NLRB and destroyed it 15 ways to Sunday because Elon Musk is a union buster and he hates working people.
Trump did too, in basically forcing out the head of the NLRB to leave and not replacing, appointing a replacement. So it's not that they can't do anything, but they've been headless for pretty much since the beginning of the administration. But yeah, sorry.
So we have a whistleblower at the NLRB who basically goes into detail about what he witnessed firsthand that DOGE was doing there and why it's so immensely concerning. So this guy's already done a few interviews. He did one on CNN. He also spoke to Maddow as well, and NPR did a long piece on it. But let's listen to the breakdown because this is really eye-opening stuff. Here we go.
There are a few different sort of buckets that we can see in terms of what DOGE is doing. And I would say the first bucket is them just breaking stuff. Right? The Social Security Administration, broken. So they no longer answer the phone, their website doesn't work, their field offices are totally overrun and non-functional, breaking Social Security Agency. The IRS, they're doing the same, just breaking the agency. Today's April 15th, today's tax day. We'll see how well this tax season works out. Same with student loans.
I know.
They shut down.
I've not got my refund yet. I should have applied earlier. I should have finished my taxes earlier. I'm regretting it now.
The Education Department and its handling of federal student loans, they moved student loans randomly to the Small Business Administration, which is not at all equipped to handle it. Now nobody's answering the phones or the email, and the websites don't work on student loans. Nobody knows what's happening to their student loans. So that's one sort of category of what
with the public student loans, the private companies are still coming after your ass. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, they're still coming after me. I'll tell you what.
and see them doing. That's bucket one, right? They are breaking stuff. Bucket two, they are slashing stuff out of the government that they appear to not even understand.
You propose more than $11 billion in cuts to local and state programs addressing things like infectious disease, mental health, addiction, and childhood vaccination. Did you personally approve those cuts?
No, I'm not familiar with those cuts.
No.
Nope. We have to go.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's your department. You're not familiar with those cuts. It's your department. Dog, what are we doing?
There's like more than 50 pages of cuts that I actually went through.
The cuts were mainly DEI cuts, which the
They
president...
were a lot, but I'll give you, for example, about
mainly DEI cuts. Okay, sure, man.
$150,000 of a University of Michigan grant into adolescent diabetes was cut. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, and that's something that we'll look at.
Oh, look, I had no idea. We'll look at it. Look, we're just chainsaw. We're just cutting shit, you know. And if people notice that there's something wrong, then they'll just like, you know, shout me out on Twitter and we'll fix it. Don't worry, bro. Okay, this is where we're actually at. That's spectacular. I've not seen this story covered by anyone else. Not even the Majority Report, which is interesting.
I didn't know that. We cut what? We cut what? I mean, you didn't cut that. Who cut it? Oh, was that DOGE? Part of what DOGE appears to be doing is cuts that nobody has asked for and nobody can defend. I mean, here's Kennedy.
No. You don't understand. DOGE is an advisory agency. They advise that cuts should be done, and then someone with actual power to cut them does the cuts. Except the guy that has the power to do the cuts in this case didn't even know that those cuts happened. Oops. Wait, huh? Wait. I thought they were just advisory. Could it perhaps be that the Trump administration is lying to us again? It's possible. I don't know. Maybe. Fucking, oh, I'm gonna lose it, bro.
At HHS saying, "Whoa, we cut adolescent diabetes research? That sounds terrible. That doesn't sound like something I'd do. I better look into that. Yeah, my dude, that's supposedly something you did." I did? What? Better look into that. I mean, the same goes with the cuts to, now famously, you know, Ebola response and prevention. Oops, we didn't mean to cut that. And the people who handle our nuclear weapons. Oops, didn't mean to cut that. I mean, same goes presumably with the cuts to the firefighters cancer registry, which Donald Trump himself created. That just
Jesus
got cut.
Christ.
Did Donald Trump want to cut that? Who knows? These cuts, they just, I don't know.
The answer is, the answer is Musk is cutting them. He's just cutting them. He's been given free reign to do whatever he wants, which is illegal, and he's supposed to be explicitly an advisory agency. And every time you ever bring this up to conservatives, that's the stupid talking point that they regurgitate. They're lying.
Sort of make themselves. So there's them breaking stuff. There's them cutting stuff that they don't even appear to know they are cutting. The third bucket, I think, is stuff they do mean to cut, and they're quite gleeful about it. Things like, you know, HIV prevention. They're delighted to cut that. Libraries, museums, the part of the National Highway Transportation Safety Board that oversees the self-driving cars at Elon Musk's Tesla.
Who needs those things? Nah. Museums, libraries, boo. National parks, boo. HIV research, boo. Holding companies accountable for their car crash statistics, especially when they're self-driving, boo. We don't need that. Nah. Food safety inspections, regularly conducted by the FDA. Nah, I don't need those. Boo. Waste. DEI. Racist. Anti-white racism. I'm gonna fucking lose it, bro. I'm gonna...
Company. Yeah, they're delighted to get rid of all that sort of stuff. So these are just all the things that we can observe, right? We can observe them smashing stuff up so it doesn't work, cutting stuff that they don't understand and that maybe isn't even on purpose. We do see them cutting stuff on purpose as well. But now we're getting to what I think of as the really heavy part of it. The really heavy part of this authoritarian project. Because some of the stuff that they have been doing that has seemed inexplicable is starting to become explicable, is starting to become understandable. Because part of what we are now seeing, this many weeks into this administration, is that when it has appeared that they're just messing with various agencies or trying to access various data systems within agencies, it's not a pointless rummaging that they are doing there. It's not just rummaging around in there and flipping switches and seeing what breaks. Part of what is now emerging is that they've been in these government systems because they're trying to use the government to hurt people as much as they can. So, for example, it turns out they were messing with all the information on international students in a government database so they could target individual international students to snatch them off the street and arrest them and throw them in immigration prisons.
Obviously.
It turns out they were messing...
Giving that, no doubt, giving that information to AIPAC, or AIPAC also collaborating and working with Musk to try and deport students who have anti-Israel views. Literally, it's becoming clearer. The veil is being lifted. The lies are coming to light. Even more obviously than we've been saying they have all this time.
With sensitive systems inside the IRS and the Treasury, at least in part, so they could use that data to go after immigrants as well. Turns out they were messing with sensitive systems inside the Social Security Administration because they have taught themselves that one way you can really destroy people's lives in this country is if you take the names of living people and declare them dead inside the Social Security Administration. And now on top of that, today,
this is the big one. This is the big one.
As we have been watching the actions of this government, and particularly the opaque, hard-to-parse actions of this DOGE entity that has been set up under the auspices of the president's top campaign donor, and none of us are allowed to know what they're doing.
Just an advisory agency. Don't worry about it. They would never lie about it having any more power than just advising. Don't worry. Matt Owl, you're freaking out. You're freaking out over nothing. Just chill. It's all gonna be fine. Wait, Whistleblower.
We've been trying to figure out what they're actually doing and why.
Oh, no.
We've now got a brand new set of allegations that we've never encountered before. And if these allegations are true, they suggest an apparently sort of a new sort of bucket, a new type of behavior from these guys that we are only learning about today. thanks to a whistleblower in IT who has the technical skills to actually see what they're doing and who has now come forward to Congress and to the Office of Special Counsel, which protects whistleblowers. He has come forward to explain something else that he believes these guys are doing that we didn't know before. And if he is right, it would seem to explain yet more about what previously seemed inexplicable. What he's describing is also something that seems very, very bad. And very,
I have to look up the word inexplicable. So she's front loading a lot of this, but please just tell me, please.
very dangerous for our country. All right, so here's the story. NPR was first to break the story today. Reporter Jen McLaughlin publishing a more than 7,000 word piece, citing more than 30 sources.
Disclosure details how DOGE may have taken sensitive labor data. Oh, sorry, I thought we already knew this. So from April 15th. Today's the 19th. All right. Sorry, I was under the impression that that this had already been something that was accessed. Like not even just like 4 days ago, but like months ago. But okay.
But the core of the story is based on a whistleblower disclosure from an IT staffer at the National Labor Relations Board named Daniel Berulis. And last month, Mr. Berulis says that DOGE staffers arrived at the headquarters of the National Labor Relations Board. He can't be positive they were from DOGE, but whoever they were, he says they accessed National Labor Relations Board data systems for about a week, and then they deleted the accounts they had created in order to work in those systems.
Curious. Why would they delete the accounts? Why would they delete the history? Why would you need to delete the records of what you did while you were there? Certainly all of that stuff must be audited. I don't know. I can't conceive of why that would be a thing that happened. All right, let's continue.
So they got in for about a week, and then they deleted the accounts they had created to work inside those systems. Now, what's in those systems? Well, National Labor Relations Board has a lot of internal data that's really sensitive. The point of that agency is they adjudicate labor complaints at various companies. So their internal systems include a lot of really sensitive proprietary data about U.S. companies and about their employees and about unions and about whistleblowers. It includes really sensitive stuff like witness testimony and legal information about ongoing cases. According to Mr. Berulis' disclosure, he believes DOGE staffers took steps to make sure that whatever they did while they were inside the systems at the agency was not logged.
No. Uh-oh. Engineers were also concerned DOGE staffers' insistence that their activities not be audited or logged. Yep. We gotta make sure. We're doing some weird shit here. Don't worry. It's all above board. We're just like getting information so that we know which black people to cut, or DEI. We're just getting the DEI data. Don't worry. No, you don't need to audit us. No, we don't need to be logged. Don't worry. We'll only be here for a week. It's not a big deal. It's not an issue.
So in the internal data systems of the agency, there were no traceable records of what they did inside the system because they configured their access to the system in ways that they could either manually or automatically remove traces of what they had done.
Love that.
But while they were in there, Mr. Berulis says there was a large exfiltration of data. A large exfiltration of data, almost all text files. And when I say it was a large exfiltration...
They just fucking scraped the database and pulled all of that shit to a fucking flash drive, bro. Oh my god. Bro, it's like, okay, just search the database for all .txt's, okay, and then just download that to this flash drive. Okay, thank you. Right, we'll be out. We'll be out of here now. We'll be out of your hair. No problems. No worries. Hey, what files did you take? You don't need to know. Bye.
Filtration, to give you a sense of how unusual this was for the agency, this screenshot from Mr. Berulis' disclosure.
Look at that spike, bro. Something looking a little bit unusual. Anything look a little suspicious there. Clearly they weren't able to get rid of all the audit data. Oh my.
Shows that large spike in outbound traffic leaving the agency and how unusual it was compared to normal activity on their systems. He says the logs that should have shown what that was just attributed that large exfiltration of data to a deleted account. And he says the location where the data went had been obscured.
So that's interesting. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it wasn't a flash drive. Was it sent to a server? Like, because presumably you would have been able to figure out what that was unless there was a long chain of like spoof servers or like other shit. Like VPN on VPN, like you get what I'm trying to say. Like, curious. This is one of those things that needs to be like very deeply investigated. But if they've already covered their tracks, that's concerning. But there has to be there's a shred of evidence. There's some shred of evidence that we could get to there, man. I believe.
There was no listing as to where the data went.
No one leaves no trace. It's really hard to leave no trace in computers, man. Especially with systems like this, you would think, especially with people who are as, how do I say, politely inexperienced with the systems they're working on.
Mr. Berulis then found that while these people were inside the system, this is worrying, they had disabled the core security systems that keep the agency's systems and data secure
They flipped the switch that said that they would get traced, yeah.
and private. Quoting from NPR, someone had disabled controls that would prevent insecure or unauthorized mobile devices from logging onto the system without the proper security settings. There was an interface exposed to the public internet, potentially—
It was exposed to the public? No, dude. Nah, dude, that's crazy. They wouldn't even pull it to a flash drive. They wouldn't even pull it to a flash drive first. They just fucking set up a server that they could send it to over the fucking internet. No, bro. Ain't no way.
allowing malicious actors access to the NLRB's systems. Internal alerting and monitoring systems were found to be manually turned off, and multi-factor authentication was disabled. Now, why would these guys disable all the security on the system?
Because they were just like barriers. If it would have taken them 3 weeks to get the clearances that they needed, and Musk told them they needed to be in and out in a week. So they just had. It was just an efficiency thing. They're all about efficiency over there at this particular. Not even agency. What governmental whatever the fuck advisory commission or whatever the fuck they are. It would have taken too long to get the look. They're here about efficiency, okay? They just wanted to get the information out quickly. That's why they had to disable MFA and all that shit. No. It wasn't. There were no nefarious reasons here. It was just efficient. It was just more efficient to do it this way. Come on, Matt. Oh, don't be unfair.
With this agency, and then leave it that way when they got out. I don't know, and neither do you. But this is also from Mr. Berulis' whistleblower disclosure. Quote, I noticed increased logins blocked by our access policy due to those logins being out of the country. For example, in the days after DOGE
Oh no.
accessed NLRB's systems, we noticed a user with an IP address in Russia started trying.
Oh no. I was gonna say it's not foreign actors. Don't worry. My instinct was that Musk. No, there's no way. This is so cartoonishly stupid that I don't even believe. It's hard for me to believe. Okay, why would you send it directly to Russian servers? They put it on a flash drive, you fucking nitwits. Something physical that can be transferred to a Russian server directly and then can be destroyed so no evidence remains. Something. I mean, maybe the computers prevent flash drives from being plugged in. That sort of it kind of worked that way at my old company too, and most companies have things set up for that. But like, there's gotta be another way, bro. You gotta set up a temporary DOGE server with a .gov whatever, right? Like at least have like some sort of plausible deniability. If you are gonna transfer it over the internet, don't send it directly to Russia. What the fuck? That's crazy, dog. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
To log in. Those attempts were blocked, but they were especially alarming. Whoever was attempting to log in was using one of the newly created accounts that were used in the other DOGE-related activities. It appeared they had the correct username and password.
Curious.
Now, these attempted logins from Russia were only stopped, quote, due to our no out-of-country logins policy. But there were more than 20 such attempts. And what is particularly concerning is that many of these login attempts occurred within 15 minutes of those accounts being created by DOGE engineers.
All right, bro. That's sorry. I've run out of ways to pretend like this isn't what it looks like. I've run out of plausible deniability excuses that I can like sort of straw man that the Republicans would be saying in defense of DOGE right now and Musk. I've no words. Holy shit.
The fucking resistance liberals were right again. Holy shit. Holy shit. So we
motherfucker. Holy shit. Ooh, your labor data's in Russia's hands now, dipshits. Oh no. The Elon Musk collaborating and doing treason with Russia situation is crazy. I'm sorry. I don't know. How else do I react to this? Other than saying, like, infinite jail for all of these people involved. Get investigations, start them up immediately, find out every single person who was in the NLRB that week in creating those accounts, jail, infinite time, infinite jail. I believe that the religious amongst us, some religious amongst us call this hell. Jesus fucking Christ.
We've been watching everything that DOGE is doing. We've been watching, and first of all, as you know, it's wildly illegal, it's wildly unconstitutional. None of it is allowed. Like, it's all illegal. But it looks like, hey, Elon is effectively an anarcho-capitalist. He doesn't want there to be any social safety net. He doesn't want there to be any regulatory bodies whatsoever. And so he's piece by piece dismantling every good thing about the government, which is why they've cut like Meals on Wheels and pediatric cancer research, and they're destroying Social Security.
It's true.
And so from one perspective, it looked ideological. Like, I know Elon wants all the government money. He's gotten $38 billion in tax money. But he feels like, hey, if you're a regular person in America, fuck you. You deserve no social safety net. You deserve no money. And so the ideology here in question is effectively anarcho-capitalism, destroy the social safety net. That's what everybody who looked at this, like, that's what everybody was thinking. Like, oh, this is the mindset. But if what this whistleblower is saying is true, then what DOGE is doing, particularly around stealing all of this data, it is way, way more nefarious. And the idea is they're taking this data and potentially selling it to hostile foreign actors. And
what, like, yeah, I don't know what other explanation that would be. Here, we're going to set up some accounts with username and password. Also, the security is down. Also, you should be able to log in. But these fucking idiots didn't realize that there was no out-of-country IP block. It's so unbelievable. Like, if the DOGE people, if Elon Musk weren't such a fucking idiot, they could do this in a way that doesn't raise any alarm flags, I think. You know? Like, if you were just sending all of this information to a DOGE server that you set up, and then taking, without authorization, off of those DOGE servers onto a flash drive, and then sending those flash drives directly to Russia, that would be the way that you would get around this, right? There wouldn't be the IP out of country, they're trying to access it from the public internet situation. Why? They're so fucking stupid. Holy shit. They're so fucking unfamiliar with the IT infrastructure that they're working with that they don't even know that there's a fucking out of country IP block, and they just tried to send the data directly to Russian IP addresses. It's mental. There's so many ways. Like, if you're a criminal, there's so many better ways you could do this, bro. Holy shit. The criminal enterprise right now looking at Elon Musk being like, you fucking morons. You fucking dipshits. I don't know what to do about this except laugh and just laugh in despair as my country falls apart. What the fuck? This is so insane. Oh, I didn't need this story. Kyle, why did you bring this to my attention, mate?
that speaks for itself, doesn't it? So
it does.
Taking the data, either working in conjunction with hostile foreign actors and getting paid as a result of it, or somebody like also hacked the hackers and are trying to get in. But either way, they've made the systems colossally unsafe. Yeah. Your data is no longer protected. And again, worst case scenario, they're in cahoots with hostile foreign actors. And then the question has to come about,
why?
How much are these people getting paid?
How
and what
much?
the fuck are they getting paid for? We know that some of the people who got into our nuclear safety programs, one of them had been fired from a previous job for giving away sensitive company secrets. So this is what we're dealing with here. This is what we're working with here.
Jesus
this is serious. Like,
Christ.
the allegation from this guy, if it's true, is basically like, these guys are committing treason. They are illegally hacking into our government programs and shipping off sensitive data to hostile foreign entities.
Intentionally or unintentionally?
Seemingly purposely destroying our...
If it's intentional or unintentional, at this point, doesn't matter. Like, if it's unintentional, it's pure incompetence, infinite jail. If it's intentional... evil and treasonous and in infinite jail. There is no other way. There's no other ways about this, man. Holy fuck. Mother of God.
Entire government infrastructure, our entire social safety net. So perhaps it's not ideological. Perhaps the destruction is the point. They don't think like, oh, we're doing something good here by getting rid of the social safety net. They think like, no, we're trying to destroy everything because we're being paid to destroy it and also to feed this sensitive data to hostile foreign entities. So obviously this all requires a massive, massive investigation, but you're unlikely to get any investigation at all.
No fucking shot. Fucking Republicans control the House, mate. Man, 2026 can't come soon enough. Will those elections even be legitimate? No one knows. Yay. Yay. I love my country. Yay. America is not in decline. Just let them cook, okay? Just take Vinny's advice, bro. Just let them cook, okay? This big brain strategy that DOGE has, you can't explain it right now, but it's too early to say if it's good or bad, so let's just wait and see for a few more months. Congress ain't gonna do shit to investigate this. Most Republicans want to fucking gut the NLRB anyway. They hate labor protections. They fucking despise you. What do we do? I don't know. Fucking get organized, get loud. I think there's a growing rumble amongst the American people right now that can build to like a grander cacophony that would be loud enough to put these people in their place. We're just not quite there, but it's building, and I can feel it. I can feel it. I think a huge chunk of this country can feel it right now. We're shifting that direction slowly, but God, man, it is the damage that's being done in the absence of that cacophony at this moment is, at this point, it is genuinely immeasurable. There's like the damage they're doing. This is the damage that they're reporting, right? This is the stuff that we know about that there is a whistleblower that exists for. All the shit that they're doing that's harming the country that we don't even know that's not being reported is still under wraps. We genuinely immeasurable, unknowable. You know, I envy to some degree the Republicans in the cult who still have some semblance of this is all a part of the greater plan. This is like, no, don't worry. They're making lots of really smart decisions right now. This is totally fine. No, don't worry. Look the other way. Like, it's gonna be okay. They're living in like a delusional bliss right now, and I wish I could be there. Because I feel like the other day I had a fucking mental breakdown where I was just like, wait, I thought that I had been relatively careful about shielding myself from the news. I'm like, oh yeah, like I can see lots of bad news, but like I try not to let it affect me, blah, blah, blah. I'm a strong man, whatever, I'll be okay. The other day, my shit just broke. I was like, I was feeling levels of anxiety I hadn't felt before. I was just like, wait, something feels off. Like, why do I feel like we're gonna die? Bro, this is, yeah, I don't know. This is mental. It's next level, dude. Like, legalized comedy, bro. Like, it's just a meme, bro. Like, it's not a big deal, man. Holy fucking shit. I'm sorry, yeah, this is one of those, like, there need to be a trillion investigations. What the fuck is going on? I keep saying it, man. Everyone, I think a lot of the people around the country right now are saying it, like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck are we doing? I still say, to this day, I keep repeating it, it's my favorite fucking talking point. No one's been fired for Signalgate, except like some staffers, some lower level staffers who had literally nothing to do with the creation of this call. None of the big people who were responsible for Signalgate have been fired. There's no accountability. There's nothing. No one cares. I'm losing it.
Because who's gonna fucking investigate him? Trump's DOJ is gonna investigate Elon Musk?
Fuck no.
Like, the rule of law is gone, bro.
Pam
The
Bondi,
allegations here, to some
coward.
kind of go like this. Now, NBC News has not independently verified these allegations. This is simply what has been described in a whistleblower's disclosure from Mr. Berulis. But what he is saying is this.
Okay, massive caveat. It's not been independently verified. Obviously, the is NPR that put the story out. NPR does not have access to these databases. They can't confirm this stuff. This is just a whistleblower who does definitely confirm to work at the department, who's very concerned about what they're seeing reporting this stuff. I'm gonna take it as true. We'll see. But like, sure, that's a caveat. Hasn't been independently confirmed. We shall see. But like, mother of God, if this is true. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no.
According to what he can tell, they get in. They structure their access once they're in there so nobody can see what they're doing while they're in there. While they are in there, lots of data from this very sensitive agency gets taken to parts unknown. Then they leave all the doors unlocked and all the alarms off, and then immediately someone with an IP address in Russia starts logging into the system using one of the DOGE accounts with what appears to be a working username and password.
It's mental, bro. it's just too hard to believe, man. I like it's so insane. I can't even. The only thing that I could say to straw man the conservative argument at this point is that the story is so insane that it can't be true. Yeah, I don't know. I've fucking devolved. I've just reverted back to the like default like fake news talking points. Jesus Christ.
Bro, and how many business deals does Elon Musk have with foreign nations? How many business deals does he have with China? How many business deals does he have with Russia? How many business deals does he have with these foreign governments who have tremendous power and sway and money that they can cut these?
Imagine China using a Russian VPN to try to access the data. That'd be the funniest shit. Yeah, fucking twist. The little twisterino there. Oh my god.
Deals with him, right? He's certainly acting like a hostile foreign agent at the moment with the massive amount of destruction he's doing.
Nah, he's just like a really big like America guy. He just like loves America, dude. Comedy, make comedy legal.
And then there's one last piece of this. Mr. Berulis says that within the agency, they saw enough to convene a formal review of what they perceived to be a serious breach, a theft of the agency's sensitive data.
Yeah.
They started their formal review. They prepared a request to sit.
Oh, a lot of, okay, so they're, okay, whatever caveat that I gave is thrown away now because this is a formal review involving multiple people that were all trying to work together on this, saying like, no, something's up. What the fuck's going on? Okay?
This, the cybersecurity agency at Homeland Security.
Like, I mean, like, that's just going to be corroborating evidence. One, like, if an investigation ever does happen into this, there's going to be more people who come forward and being like, who weren't comfortable or brave enough to be the whistleblowers that are going to be like, yeah, we saw this and we thought that something needed to be done, but...
to help them investigate. As that process of requesting help from CISA was underway, Mr. Berulis got a personal threat. Quote,
he got a personal threat?
Personal threat from whom?
After Berulis and his colleagues prepared a request for CISA's help investigating the breach, Berulis found a printed letter in an envelope taped to his door, which...
What the fuck? Bro, that's the shit, man.
Included threatening language, sensitive personal information, and overhead pictures of him walking his dog.
All right. Sure, man. Ooh, boy. Berulis. I don't know. You work for the federal government. You can't afford private security. But like, start a GoFundMe or something, bro? I don't know. Holy shit. Mother of God.
It is unclear who sent it, but the letter made specific reference to his decision to report the breach. Law enforcement is investigating the letter.
What
are
the
they?
Fuck?
Yeah.
So, the question is, who the fuck is Elon Musk working with? Who is DOGE working with? Or who are they working for? Is it a hostile foreign government? Are they being paid by certain companies to get highly sensitive data on, say, whistleblowers at those companies, right? And they know that this guy's, as a whistleblower, he's going to basically expose all of it, so they're literally directly threatening his life. You don't threaten somebody's life if you're doing something.
Yeah. Sorry. I feel like this is the part of the video where I just let Kyle go off. I've already been pausing and talking enough. Go ahead, Kyle. Tell him.
Hunky-dory and peachy, dog. You don't threaten his life, leave a direct threatening message and show him a picture of himself walking his fucking dog from a drone, by the way, from a drone. You don't do that unless something immensely nefarious is going on. So it looks like, based on these actions, the worst possible interpretation of what they're doing is more likely to be correct. This is a gigantic scandal. Homie's basically like, hey, I think Elon and DOGE are working with hostile foreign actors to destroy the U.S. government and ship sensitive data there.
Bro, I've not even heard of this story because we're too focused on the fucking due process shit, which is true, and also immensely important, and is now starting to slowly resolve itself with the Supreme Court temporarily pausing the Alien Enemies Act departures, Van Hollen going to El Salvador and basically confirming that Trump has every ability to facilitate Abrego Garcia's release, and they haven't done it. Basically giving all of the evidence that's necessary to hold him in contempt of court, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I understand the word facilitate, and as far as I understand the word I, and the word understand, and the word the, and the word facilitate, and the word. You know, like fucking, oh my god. Yeah, dude, but like that shit, like I've not even heard of this story, dude. What the fuck? This is crazy.
Right? And it seems to be verified by the fact that now he's getting personal direct threats. This guy's a fucking hero. His life's in danger.
Yeah.
By just blowing the whistle on, hey, our government's sort of being destroyed and they're stealing everybody's data.
Yeah.
In a letter to the House and Senate committees who had oversight over NLRB, the agency here, Mr. Berulis' lawyer, who's from the nonprofit group Whistleblower Aid, he tells the chairs and the ranking members of those committees, quote, the threatening note made clear reference to this very disclosure Mr. Berulis was preparing for you as the proper oversight authority. While we do not know specifically who did this, we can only speculate that it involves someone with the ability to access NLRB systems.
Wait, say that again?
We
Wait,
do not know
what?
specifically who did this. We can only speculate that it involves someone with the ability to access NLRB systems. This meat space action, meaning real life. This meat space action.
Meat space. Sorry, random point. I just like a funny, like a super online way of describing the real world or reality, I guess. But like, okay. That is the meat space action. Okay, fine.
Action where a threat was physically delivered to my client's home is absolutely disturbing in its manner and the implications suggested therein. Accordingly, we have been and will continue to be coordinating with appropriate law enforcement agencies.
Stop and think about it, man. Like, this is
trying.
literally one of the reasons why the law is what it is.
Yep.
As you all know, Congress has the power of the purse. They decide, hey, what are we going to spend money on? What's in the budget, etc. The president will sign the bill, right? Then it goes to the Treasury and the funds are sent out. That's the way it works. You have, the inspectors general who check for fraud. You have the Government Accountability Office, which is legally allowed to check for fraud. But outside of those, the inspector general and the GAO, that's it. You can't have some random non-government agent bureaucrat like Elon Musk, who's the world's richest robber baron, by the way, who bought the White House.
Yeah.
You can't have him just hack in and decide, I want to delete this. I want to delete that. I want to steal that data. Because who the fuck are they in bed with?
Right. And theoretically, it's only supposed to be advisory, but we all fucking know that's not the case. So shut the fuck up about that.
The idea you could just let anybody hack around in the back there and do whatever they want with our government spending, that nullifies both Congress and the president. So now the world's richest man is above Congress and the president, and now we see with this, who the fuck is he working for? Who's he working for? Because there's now direct threats are involved, and they show wrongdoing, and it's clear that there's some hostile foreign agents trying to get this information and are getting this information, and now this dude's getting threatened? Who is Elon Musk working for? Who is DOGE working for? What are they? It's not for the American people. We know it's not. How is cutting pediatric cancer research helping the American people? I'll wait. How is destroying the CFPB, the anti-scam police, how is that helping the American people? I'll wait. How is cutting Social Security payments people illegally? How is that helping anybody? It's not. It's not.
It's true. The resistance libs. Hillary Clinton was right. Russia's trying to destroy us. But like now we're here. Wait, what is this? Do you see this in the bottom right of his Twitter, bro? Maybe you can't because of my quality, import, fucking quality here. U.S. imposes 245% on China imports or Chinese imports. Are you fucking, bro? 200. I didn't, dude. The news happened so fast. I didn't know it jumped from 145 to 245. Is that a joke? I don't know. That's Twitter. That's Twitter from days ago. I don't know, man. This is yeah. At this point, like numbers don't even mean anything. Nothing means anything. Just say what you want, and then whoever has more power gets the truth out. I guess that's what we've turned our country into. Spectacular. Fucking. Oy, oy, oy.
They're destroying the government on purpose and stealing data on purpose, and they're doing it for hostile reasons. Who are they working for?
Given the aforementioned, we request that both law enforcement agencies and Congress initiate an immediate investigation into the cybersecurity breach and data exfiltration at NLRB and any other agencies where DOGE has accessed internal systems. Now, we tried to get comment tonight from the White House and from NLRB. In addition to requests by NBC News for comment from NLRB and Elon Musk, there was a statement to NPR from an NLRB spokesperson in which the spokesperson denied that NLRB granted DOGE access to its systems. They said DOGE had not requested access to the agency's systems. They said an internal investigation conducted after Mr. Berulis...
Who did it then? Who did it then? The whistleblower's just lying? The threat that was sent to him is just lying? That was just a fake? He's just lying? He's just making it all up? Come on, bro. We need to get serious. We need to get, like, really, really serious. If the country survives this shit and Democrats take power again, I don't know how to describe it. There needs to be a reckoning. These are fascists. It seems, I'm not making any explicit claims. It seems like there's very, like, direct treasonous traitor behavior that's happening here. Everybody and their mothers needs to be fucking brought to trial, investigated, and infinite jailed. I don't care. Infinity jailed. Thanos snapped. I don't care. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. If there is no accountability for this, assuming it's true, and assuming that the investigations discover that there's some nefarious actions here, then it will just keep happening over and over again. the liberals will continue to be too weak in actually persecuting and prosecuting the people who need to be prosecuted. This is fucking unacceptable. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring it to democratic politics, but there's a part of me that feels like liberals are going to be too fucking weak to actually take this shit seriously. And I desperately, desperately need them to take this shit seriously, because this is not a fucking joke. I know I've been laughing a lot because it's so fucking absurd that it's hard for me to believe, but like, this is not okay. I'm not a historian, I'm a computer science major. I can't think of the appropriate historical component here where you just like fucking go after and prosecute all the people who did the wrong here. But like, this is not fucking around. This is absolute jail time. In a society that believes in the death penalty, it would be death penalty shit. I don't believe in that. I think infinite jail's better. But like, something needs to happen. This is fucking mental.
Raised his concerns, quote, determined that no breach of agency systems occurred.
The dude's got receipts. You can't say shit like that.
The whistleblower himself and his attorney are going to join us here.
They're going to say it, man. Does it matter? Who's going to hold them accountable? That's the issue.
Next, stay with us.
So go watch that interview.
But that probably can't last forever. So eventually, one day, when all this shit comes to fruition and we learn more about what's actually going on here, the most intense of possible consequences need to be applied. I don't agree in the death penalty, but if it's applicable, then do it. I don't care.
Also, go watch. He did an interview with CNN as well. This is just a straight-laced dude who's just trying to tell the story of what happened. If you watch it, you'll get that sense from him too, right? This guy has no partisan political axe to grind. This guy has no ulterior motives. I mean, he's literally like putting his life in danger by just telling the truth here.
Yeah.
This is beyond disturbing. Look, we've been saying this for a long time. Elon Musk needs to be arrested.
Yep.
He needs to be arrested. His DOGE underlings need to be arrested.
Yep.
How many laws do they break on a fucking daily basis?
Yep.
How many laws have they broken on a daily fucking basis?
Yep.
And then now there's evidence of not only breaking a bunch of laws, but a grand conspiracy with stealing highly sensitive information and selling it to either other companies or selling it to hostile foreign governments and destroying the U.S. administrative state potentially at the behest of a hostile foreign government.
She's watching Kyle talk.
Every time you think, hey man, this administration can't get worse, check yourself. It can get worse, and it will get worse. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can wrap it up any better than that, mate. I don't know. Like, the funny thing, I guess, for me, is that, like, I could show this to a conservative, and they would just immediately dismiss everything because Matt Al said it. And that's it. That's all. That's all that matters for them, right? Like, it's just, like, purely political for them. The truth of this doesn't matter. The whistleblower aspect of this doesn't matter. Like, for the people in the Trump cult, their mind's already made up. And this is just like more Russia propaganda or whatever. But like, mother of God, the guy's a whistleblower. The guy's got receipts. I don't know. I think that to me is almost the deeper problem. The thing that I'm struggling to reckon with, which is that there's just a chunk of this country that is going to deny all of those facts outright and are completely immovable. And it feels sometimes that as long as Trump has those people on his side, that there will be no consequences. What the fuck will come of this? I'm now like very deeply attached to this story, almost as much as I am the due process one with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Holy shit, it's mind-boggling. Yeah, I really don't know how to think of it. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, on that note, have a good rest of your day.